What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach in the news. All right, man. This is Gervonta Davis verified Instagram. I say Instagram verified Twitter or X account. He says they took the fight away from me and made it a draw because I did that BS knee, but I landed the most punches in the fight. He didn't even hit me with a punch when I took the knee. I get it though. I shouldn't have done that, but the hair grease was burning my eyes. Now I will say this, man. To respond to that, that's not the reason why it was a draw, because they didn't even take the point. They didn't even make that a 10-8 round, which they should have. And I hate to say it because I was going for Tank. Of course, I'm always going for Tank, but bro, I'm not like these other YouTubers that just sit here and just act oblivious and act like they don't even know. Like, I'm gonna keep it real, even with fighters that I love. They didn't count that knockdown against you overnight. And then you see here, Lamont Roach goes back and forth with Tank. He says, Tank says, and say no more. I'm pushing for a rematch. Lamont Roach says, F you mean, pushing in Ninja. My contract already signed and set for the immediate rematch because you put that in there just in case you lost. Only reason we don't fight is because you scared. I was never worried about that. And truth be told, you hit like a bee. That Ninja was jumping up and down because I was effing you up. F you talking about. So they was going back and forth or whatnot on Twitter or whatever. But this is what Lamont. I'm gonna say Lamont Peterson. I want to show y'all what Lamont Roach said that has me wondering, because I was always saying that I'm pretty sure Lamont can contest that. I even said it in the video reviewing the fight that I feel like Lamont can contest that, because it was clear that Tank took a knee or whatnot. But this is what Lamont had to say. He just posted this on his Twitter. He said, "Word around the block is y'all favorite fighter finna be 30-1, not 30-0-1," and he put 2 times 2 division champ. Because if you don't know, he's a champion at 130 pounds, and if he were to win Saturday, he would have been a champion at 135 as well for the WBA. Now this is the fight that I'm talking about. You see Lamont threw a jab. It barely connected, but I mean, obviously Tank wasn't hurt. But you saw that right there. He did land, but obviously it was a jab. Tank wasn't hurt or nothing, but he did take the knee. And regardless of whether he was hurt or not, the fact that he took the knee, it should have been ruled a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes or whatnot. Then what the crazy, but it was a crazy situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, nobody expected it or whatnot. But even the ref initially started counting, but then he stopped or whatnot. And what's furthermore though, Tank should be happy that he didn't get disqualified, because for one, anytime your trainer steps on the steps on the ring and the bell has not, and the round is still active or whatnot, you supposed to get disqualified for that. I remember an incident with Floyd and Zab Judah when they got into it or whatnot, because Roger Mayweather hopped in the ring. You remember that big infamous, fight between Floyd's camp and Zab Judah's camp? Like, technically Floyd was supposed to get disqualified for that, because your trainer's not supposed to step in the ring or whatnot, or on the ring, whatever. And not only just because his trainer stepped in the ring, but the fact that Tank turned his back or whatnot, the referee could have just waved the fight off. Like, he could have just waved the fight off at that moment or whatever, and the fight would have been over. So Tank should be happy that the referee, gave him that chance, which is just bizarre to me, because I mean, boxing, you can't call timeouts in boxing. You know what I'm saying? The only time the only time it's time for you to take a little rest is when the round is over. But if the round is active, no matter what you're going through, whether you have a messed up eye, and I get it, as far as what Tank is saying, like, a lot of people kind of felt like Tank was lying. I don't think Tank was lying. Actually, Lamont Roach even said that. I don't think the Tank was lying, because if you had braids, then like, because I remember when I used to get my hair braided, and I remember I stopped doing it. Like, one of the things that made me cut my hair, go ahead and cut it off, was because of the fact that, like, when you get your hair braided, those chemicals that's in your hair, like when you're sweating, they drip down to your face, and that shit, it doesn't. It's like, how when you get sweat in your eyes, that's one burn right there. It burns a little. that shit burns on a whole, with them chemicals, that shit burns on a whole entire another level, bro. Like that's a burn, like it really does burn or whatever. And it's definitely an uncomfortable feeling or whatever. So I get it, but this is the problem that I have though, right? This is where I come blame Tank at. You have a fight. Why are you getting your hair braided 2 days before your fight, bro? That is like that. That's like, that made no sense to me. What are you trying to look good for? I understand you got the press conference and all that stuff, but what sense does that make, bro? That makes absolutely no sense at all for you to get your hair braided before your fight. Like, what's the point, bro? It ain't you. If anything, you should have. If you gonna get braids, you should have got them braided without any grease or anything, just so they could not be in the way. But bro, it absolutely made no sense for him to get his hair braided. Like that was, I wouldn't have done that. You don't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that you don't do it. Who, I mean, I get it, bro. You know, you want to look good for the press conference, but I mean, which would you rather have? Would you rather look good for the press conference and lose the fight because of the chemicals, or look rough during the press conference but win the fight? You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. It's as simple as that. Like, so I still blame Tank for that, because I wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? But he did or whatever. And it just was not a good performance, in my opinion. I just feel like Tank Davis did not. Guys like Lamont Roach, and that's exactly why, if you guys follow my channel, I always said Tank versus Shakur is a fight that should happen, but it's a fight that I'm not excited about because it's gonna be a boring fight. If you do not give Tank the opportunity to capitalize, he's not. It's like he doesn't know how to create that opportunity for himself. And I hate to say this, but like Tank recently compared himself to Floyd and said his skill level was on the level of Floyd. But bro, at 135, bro, Floyd was creating opportunities and capitalizing off of those opportunities that he created for himself. He didn't just sit around and just wait, just sit and wait and sit and wait. You know what I'm saying? Tank, like, he gave away. Nobody took control of this fight. In my opinion, there should be no winner, because nobody took control of this fight. Both fighters were waiting, just waiting. You know what I'm saying? And then every once in a blue moon, Tank would press the issue, and Lamont would counter with good shots. He would. He had some good moments in there, but it's like it wasn't enough for me to be like, down, like Lamont should have won the fight. So honestly, I don't think it was a robbery. I think that a draw is correct, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people feel different about that, but then I also say you got to remember too, a lot of times when you have a fighter that's used to dominating and you're used to seeing them dominate, when they're in a fight that's closer than usual, a lot of times people are more harsh on the fighter that they usually, they're so infatuated with the underdog that they're more harsh or whatnot on the fighter, and that we're accustomed to seeing getting everybody out of there. But the fact is, I mean, honestly, it's just my opinion. I can't even say a fact. It's just my opinion. I don't think either fighter did enough to really just say that they walked away with a victory. I just don't. So it is what it is. Lamont Roach obviously made a name for himself, which is good. Shout out to him. I just I'm interested to see what happens next. I personally, if you want me to be honest with you, I don't care for a rematch. I do not want to see a rematch. I don't, because that fight was just so boring, bro. Like, it was just, that fight told me absolutely nothing about either one of them. I mean, Tank didn't catch Lamont Roach with anything flush. Lamont caught Tank a few times with something flush, but it was so far in between. But Tank did land more. I think he landed more shots, but it just was not an entertaining matchup. It's a fight that I really do not have to see again. But I understand that, I guess for the sake of it being a close fight, Tank needs to redeem himself by pushing for that fight. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Tank could possibly go in the rematch and try to, prove a point and, look sloppy while doing it, and, Lamont makes him pay. But I don't really think Lamont has the power to get Tank out of there. So it just is what it is, man. Now, this last part of the video, I got to dedicate to my boy Gary Antoine Russell. Man, that dude right there. I was looking at his post-fight conference, bro. It's like, how can you not be a fan of Gary Antoine? Like, how can you not? Like, that is the type of fighter that everybody should want to root for, bro. Like, this dude right here is the exact definition of the fighters that we want to see. I am so proud of Gary Antoine Russell, and I wish we had more fighters to represent the sport like him. He came out there, and I mean, he did his damn thing. I want to say he was the underdog in that fight too, but he came out there and he did his damn thing. Now I can't wait to see him fight. I heard that there's possible talks of a rematch with him and Alberto Puello. I would love for him to get his rematch with that, and then become a unified champion, because then he will finally be getting the credit that he deserves, because that dude right there is something special. And I've always said that, if you guys follow my channel, I've always said that I'm going to continue to say that. I'm going to continue to ride with my boy Gary Antoine Russell, man. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Who do you want to see each fighter fight next? Do you want to see a rematch with Tank and Lamont Roach? But what do I know?